Mic check, mic check.
It looks modern with those sliders and that old-timey light
Hey,
on the clock.
it's Chelsea and Tony live. Every Thursday at 5 o'clock, we review your pictures,
Sure.
give you the latest in photo news, and answer your questions live.
Sometimes I sass you.
Who makes this incredibly complex thing possible?
Well, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. They have beautiful, award-winning designs. They have incredible 24/7 customer service, award-winning even. And if you can drag and drop, you can make a Squarespace. Do you have to be a photographer? Nah, not at all. You know what? The other day? Well, let me tell you first. You're going to want to check it out 14 days for free. And you can go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code portfolio for 10% off. And here's who's going to want one, Tony. Contractors. Because I'm trying to get something in our bathroom fixed, and y'all's websites need work. You should probably go to Squarespace.
Yeah, definitely. If you're trying to sell somebody $20,000 in remodeling, get yourself a decent looking website. You know who needs a decent website?
Who?
Light bulbs.
Light bulbs. Well, I want to be with you on this one, but could you elaborate on that?
I saw light
Tony,
bulbs.
stay with me. I'm the flaky one that sees things and says things. You're the one that holds it down and avoids my jokes.
I'm the Rock. You can communicate with us in a couple of ways. Hashtag TCLive on Twitter or Instagram. If you do it on Twitter, our producer Justin here, who's enjoying a dogfish head, can toss it up
Yes,
on
sir.
the screen. Thanks for making everything work, Justin.
And a slice of pizza.
Or
a slice of pizza,
eating
wow.
too, adding a new element
I'm
to it.
done.
So hungry all of a sudden.
That's why.
Or you can write in the comments down below, and our producer Siobhan out in Philly. Hey, Siobhan.
We have Siobhan out in Philly. Be kind to her. Let's keep the vibe positive.
Yeah, maybe not talk about politics. Maybe just don't even bring it up.
Don't even.
It's about photography today, right?
Siobhan said it's her fault. Siobhan,
Oh.
stop doing that.
Stop it, Siobhan.
I mean, I didn't start it, but I can't not.
But you regret it, right? It
She
didn't go
doesn't.
well.
She doesn't.
I don't know.
Next time
No,
she'll
I
just
never
text me.
regret
Text me instead.
People don't really have open-minded, lively discussions like they used to. You know, it's just like, "Urgh."
I just growl and spit now. It's more effective.
Yeah. Today we're looking at your animal pictures, wildlife pictures. Send your picture in at sdp.io/submit. You'll be prompted for a password. Use the password Signet.
It has nothing to do with animals, and I planned it that way completely, and so did Justin.
Uh-huh.
It's a small seal. Not
Yeah.
the animal kind, but the kind you might find on a jar.
Just spell it like that. It doesn't make any sense, but it'll get you into the website. And next week we're looking at sports pictures. Sports.
Oh, sports are fun.
Do you know that we now schedule our live shows multiple weeks in advance? I know it's
Oh.
absolutely amazing, but if you go to
Wow.
our YouTube channel and
Do that.
look, see how it says live now? We're live now. And then
Ooh.
upcoming live streams, you can hit this set reminder and it will remind you. Pretty cool. We're doing it in advance.
I feel left out. I wanted to let y'all know my friend Chris Gampat, the faux blographer. You may read his blog. It's very popular. He's doing an analog zine, and it's going to be about 100 pages, and it's going to focus on analog photographers and feature their work and the stories behind why they created it. It looks like it's going to be really beautiful. So if you would like to support him, you can go to sdp.io/zine. Not just support him, but get the zine. If you give $25 to the Kickstarter, then he'll actually produce it. I don't typically like Kickstarter, but Chris has done this before, and he delivers. He's a hard worker, and he creates some good content. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can do that.
It's not like that Lily drone, which was a total scam.
Here's a story that I really personally related to as an astronaut and a dog lover. This is Leland Melvin, and these are his two rescue dogs. He was going to get his official NASA picture taken, and they didn't allow dogs, so he snuck them in. He put the window, when he went past security, he put the window kind of up, and he had to blast the music because his dogs were barking. He'd be like, yeah, here's my credentials. And then he zoomed through and brought them through a back door to get his picture with his dogs. Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
Yeah, he did the same thing to get them to the space station.
Oh, That's a man
was
that loves his
adorable.
dogs. You know what else happened? I don't know which dog is which. There's like Scout and the other one that kind of look identical. But he had one rescue dog, and then his neighbor said, "Hey, your dog Scout is out in the yard." And he went outside, and there was the other dog. Someone had abandoned him in his yard. And so he's just like, "I'll take you in." And he treated his heartworms. So can we just get this straight? Handsome astronaut, animal lover. This man's a triple threat.
Yeah, general badass. Look at that cool. That's got to be the coolest uniform of any profession, right?
He's
Because
been,
it's functional.
yeah,
Doesn't have to be great looking. It's orange and all
makes
that,
you
but it
live.
can literally go in
it
space.
makes you live. Here's the biggest story since everything. Beyonce posted this pregnancy announcement. They're having twins. Maybe you're saying, I don't care about Beyonce. She doesn't care about you. But anyway, this got more likes than any other picture ever on Instagram, according to wherever I read that.
8.3 million likes. She has 400,000 comments.
She got a million
400,000.
likes in the first 20 minutes. But I kind of wanted to ask people, like, how do you feel about this picture? It's very different.
Did you put the other picture up here too? You had this picture up on your screen when you were prepping for the live show, and I walked into the room and I was like, what the hell is that? And which isn't bad. It definitely caught my eye, and it was incredibly striking. And I didn't even recognize Beyonce when it was just on our screen, but I was just like mesmerized by it. It's like, what is going on?
It is so mesmerizing, and I think it's because it's so kitschy, and it's not really pretty. It's actually kind of ugly, but it's in a way that really is deliberate and makes a statement. And if you look, I also thought it was interesting because people were always like, I don't have a studio, blah, blah, blah. This person took pictures of Beyonce, I think in her yard, it looks like, and just set up this makeshift rig.
Wait, they definitely like missed focus on that shot, right?
Yeah.
No, this isn't
Shaky.
like an official shot. Like, this looks like it was just like someone
Like
took it with a
behind the
cell phone.
scenes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
And then the photographer, she didn't credit him on her Instagram. Beyonce, I think you're very cool, but that is not cool at all. I don't know how to say his name. Awol Erizku. I'm sorry, I should have looked that up. Irresponsible reporting. But he's used this car with the flowers before. I found this in his portfolio. And I like it because it's like this new kind of still life, you know? It's got the aesthetic idea of a still life, but he's using all of these new elements, and it's kind of grunge. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, well,
definitely
I
breaking.
think he's an installation artist more than a photographer.
Yeah, I looked up his work. He does installation art and paintings, but also just straight up photography as well.
All right, we're claiming him as one of our own.
Yeah.
Nice work. Eye-catching stuff.
Let's look at some pictures before we go to chit chat.
Okay, I'll import some pictures while.
I'd love to get him on the show and be like, what's it like to just land Beyonce? That's kind of a huge deal.
I know, right?
Mhm.
I'm a little put off that she didn't tag him in the picture. That's what you do on Instagram.
She's an artist too.
I know. It's going to take me a second to import some pictures. So, Justin, if you could just entertain everybody.
Yeah, Justin.
What I thought was funny about that Beyonce picture was Tony's like, is this a behind the scenes thing? We can see the backdrop. But that was exactly what I thought too.
Yeah. No, it was definitely compelling. It's like that with fashion photography too. Like a classically beautiful person isn't necessarily the best fashion model, but the one that catches your eye. That picture definitely caught my eye. Wildlife pictures, one of my favorite topics. I love looking at pictures of animals. This is a gorgeous picture. You know what? I want to see the camera data here. So I'm sorry. I know I just started looking at pictures, but I want to go in and actually change this.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. This is literally your show, so
Wait. This
let's all watch Tony.
Camera
Look at
and
that
lens setting.
long lens.
Okay, and then is this fun for everybody?
Yeah, I'm having a
Focus
great
settings.
time.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a glass frog from Peru.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? I
Is it
wouldn't.
weird that I think it looks delicious, like a gummy thing?
Don't eat the glass frog from Peru, Chelsea.
Okay, you're not in charge of me. Cash me outside.
I have scientifically determined that people prefer tightly cropped wildlife photos.
You're confident.
You can hear the whole story, or you can just take my word for it.
I'm
Gorgeous subject, beautiful lighting on it.
I like how you threaten people with a story. You're like, you can hear the whole story about my science.
That's enough to make our daughter quiver. She's
Just
terrified of my
threaten us with
explanation stories.
That's dark. Look
We
at these.
definitely want to make sure that we have a white point in here. It's close, but I wouldn't mind seeing those whites a little bit brighter. I'm not going to lose a lot of detail here. In fact, I might even brighten it up and then recover the highlights just a little bit. Subtle change.
I like it. They are really cute, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll say I always debate whether or not whether the picture with two animals is better than one, because you're never going to get with a telephoto lens, you're never going to get like two subjects perfectly in focus.
But it tells a story, and storytelling is so important.
Yeah, maybe there is some kind of story there, and the back one isn't distractingly
It
out
is.
of focus, but
Oh, look at these bees.
it's a debate.
I love the processing on this. I think you could even bring, because this horse is making eye contact. You might be able to just bring it in a little bit. Oh man, this isn't locked. Help me out here. Okay, you might be able to bring it in a little more and just bring our attention a little more to that horse. It's a
Good call.
beauty. What kind of horse is that? It looks like my horse.
Oh,
Poor Kokomo. This is Mandy. We go back to just now. I would just bring up the contrast. Let's check those white points. I think they're there. No, they're not. Okay. And then sometimes I just do a little like adjustment brush on the eye, but it's cute.
cute shot. A little bit of eye contact in there.
She's a
Almost
greyhound,
bashful.
Justin.
I saw that.
Oh man,
Kyle Medina's photo.
this Pibble is like,
Yeah, he knows what you guys love.
you know, he's like cool. Like he just shops at like the farmer's market, this Pibble, but he goes hiking on the weekends. I can tell his life.
Yeah, and I love the story that the little bit of snow there is providing. Nicely done. You have to be careful when you're shooting in the snow because that shutter speed will dramatically change how the snow appears. If you have a slower shutter speed, the snow will just completely disappear. Just be mindful. Kyle nailed it. I'm giving it a pick.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job, Kyle.
5 stars.
Okay.
I
A zoo
love this
picture of a
shit.
tiger, but his eyes are open, which is an amazing accomplishment.
How do you know this is a zoo picture?
I guess it's probably the pine cone.
Oh no.
I don't think tigers really hang out in places with pine trees that often.
Oh my gosh.
If they do, that could be terrifying, but
I'm sorry, this is a persistent caller.
okay. I thought you were going to take it. We don't mind waiting.
Hello, I'm in a live show. Justin, I love you because you think I'm funny even though I'm not. Oh man, I was not prepared for the amount of cute that was going to go on in this show. Look at this little guy.
Are you okay with it being a silhouette though? Like it's just a hint of his face.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
No, I think I want to see a little bit more. There's the shape, the silhouette itself isn't telling me that much. So I'm just going to crank that exposure up. It would be way better to do this in camera, but we can do a pretty good job, or at least with a raw file. But there you go. At least now you get some hint of what's going on there. See the before and after? Just boosted the shadows, raised the exposure, dropped the highlights a little so I didn't overexpose it too much.
Look at this little dog face.
This is my dog Sandy. No, it's somebody else's dog. Sandy looks like a lot of different dogs.
Sandy isn't that neat.
Yeah, that's true. It's a nice, peaceful picture. I like the expression that you got. I think it's a nice shot. Hopefully that reflects the dog's personality. It doesn't tell me a lot about the dog, but it's a cute shot.
It is. Oops.
This is a starling, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
They look just black often, but if you catch them in the right light, they have these like amazing colors that just, the sheen that just reflects every color in the spectrum. They're so cool looking. He's doing something cool. He's got like a seed or something in his beak.
Is that a bug?
I'm not sure, but it's cool. And that right away makes it way more interesting than the shot would have been if it was just a picture of a bird. It's also nice and tight.
Heatherly Bloom. This is a jaguar just at his winter cabin.
There's something like unsharp about it, right? I'm not sure what
That's
happened.
a leopard. So
Anyway, I think it turned out well. There's something unsharp about it. Make sure you use a single autofocus point, the smallest point you can, and put it right on that nearest eye.
man, everybody has seen these guys just going at it at every zoo, everywhere. And it's like, give it a rest, you know? They're
They are
children.
not doing that right either.
Well, we don't know what it's like to be them.
Yeah, I guess I can't be really providing tortoise advice.
I would just add a little more contrast and expose for the subject. Maybe I went a little over.
I think you should
Whoa.
add some romantic mood to this.
I don't want to get into it.
I hope this goes viral. I like that as the watermark. That's really cool. This is a beautiful shot. Now, a lot of times I'm going to be telling you to crop in tighter, but I
This
love the
person
context here. It's almost a landscape photo. It looks like, I was going to say it looks like Yellowstone. It is from the file name. We have these like steam vents coming. I'm going to give that one a pick. It just overall is a beautiful
I hope
scene.
it goes viral.
Now, if I were sharing this on Instagram, I probably would crop in here a little bit and put this buffalo a little closer to the edge. But if you're making a print, you need a little room for the frame.
But wouldn't that be
Signet, Kyle.
getting rid of the steam? I'm sorry, Chelsea.
What were you saying, Justin?
Just if you cropped into the edge, I was just making sure I understood you.
Oh, no, you're right. You'd be losing some of that steam. All right.
Don't
You're
want to lose steam.
Crop is right as is.
Good crop challenge, Justin. I'm going to give you 5 stars and a pick. I think you did a good job.
Thanks.
This seal is,
It's Kyle Wolf's picture, and it's absolutely beautiful. You got a little bit of his steps coming up there. He's got this like perfect pose to him.
they always look so dignified.
Yeah,
he
that's
did it.
gorgeous.
He did
Nicely
it.
done.
Really nice. Kevin Davis, I too enjoy the penguins.
The tint is weird here, and it can be so,
so
hard when you're
difficult
shooting underwater.
underwater.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to fix it. Yeah, black and white actually works pretty well for a penguin. It would be pretty easy to clone out that armband that he has on him too. Here,
This is a Cincinnati monkey.
the fencing in the background gets pretty obvious, even though it's cast out of focus. You lose most of it, but it's still fairly obvious. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a tighter crop because really all the background is conveying is that it's in captivity. And if you do take pictures at zoos, that's usually something you want to minimize. So yeah, just showing less of the background will help that out. Me, I'm for the color shot. I liked it. Groundhog.
Oh,
Or no, it says a marmot, but
marmot.
I swear looks like a groundhog to me.
why are we trying to guess the animals? You know how angry it makes people.
That's true. It's a beautiful picture. Just some of my
He has a
closest friends are
good-
groundhogs.
Face.
Yeah, they are cute. They look like little teddy bears. A little bit of a crop wouldn't hurt on that one either.
This is May after the show.
Yeah, and I think the main subject here is going to be his face. So I know I'm going to be doing a lot of cropping
Wow,
today.
please. Whoa.
But whoa,
Okay, go for it.
I want to show how cool he is with his arm out like that. I don't want to lose the arm.
Whoa.
No, you'd think it
Oh.
was better before? No, that's the way to go.
It's not.
I don't know. I'm fascinated with what he's eating.
You're real confident tonight.
Is the tint off?
Yeah.
It seems like he's purple, right?
It's like he's in fluorescent lighting. He must be in his little orangutan.
Yeah, that could be
house.
one of the biggest challenges with shooting in zoos. I don't know that I can nail it. Is that better even?
No.
Yeah, he's still oddly purple, but I don't know. Anyway, cute picture of the rare purple orangutan.
Northrup, you were out of control tonight. All right, what are you going to do to this one?
I'm going to tell him to move their camera position so that you're not getting the bird feeder in the way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think it turned out really nice. The shutter speed's really important here. I like to capture a little bit of movement, but you got the eye sharp and you have a little bit of movement in the wings. So I think for this 1/1600th of a second turned out really nice. And good light, got a nice catch light on there. It looks really nice. It's a beautiful hummingbird. Oh, this one just has a great mood. The
Yeah.
backlighting here is working just great. See this rim lighting here
Yes.
around the edges? I'm giving that one a pick. It just has a fantastic mood.
Yeah, I give that one a pick as well.
I wouldn't mind cloning this out or cropping it out. Either way. This is adorable, and I don't at all mind that he's interacting with like human utilities, because I feel like he is kind of invading the human environment. Like it's not in captivity. He just happens to be in Indonesia and one of those places where monkeys almost become pests. I've never really been to a place where you're like, oh, stupid monkeys everywhere, but I've always wanted to go. Anyway, he looks super cute. We can crop though, right? Am I way off?
I like that one. But you were wrong about the orangutan.
Here, it needs just an injection of mood or story or something, because the lighting is just kind of hard.
Yeah.
And there's not too much interest or arrangement of it. But I think technically everything turned out okay. It's just one of those things where the time of day and what they're doing didn't work out for you, and you just have to keep at it.
Yeah, if the sun had been lower in the sky, maybe better light, but
Yeah.
you did a good job. Oh, this must be Kyle's daughter. I love the name Imogen. That's one of my favorite names.
Yeah, the picture turned out great. I think it's really interesting. It was definitely eye-catching. I spent a little bit of time kind of looking at it and taking it all in. Very cool picture. Nicely done. Oh, that's adorable.
A wild bork.
I think it's super cute. The lighting is great in it. The shutter speed is perfect because you captured that action. The one thing I would suggest is getting down a little bit lower, moving the horizon down like here. And that little thing of just crouching down will add so much depth to the picture. You have to think ahead though, because you know the dog's going to be coming up in the air. So you have to plan for that either, and maybe even shoot a little wide so you can crop later.
Yeah, you also wouldn't have gotten they wouldn't have gotten a good angle on the face if it had been from down below.
I think you could crouch down a little bit and not ruin everything. Anyway, just saying, plan ahead for that movement, shoot a little wide, crop later, but it's really common that the animal suddenly makes a move and then leaves your frame and you lose the shot. Beautiful light in this one, like that heavy backlighting that's just making him glow.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a pick. I love the expression, and it feels candid, and it's a good mood, and everything's in focus. This is a really nice picture.
Yeah.
This is nice too.
Yeah, a dragonfly in flight, that's really hard to get. So it's kind of a rare moment.
I'm going to give that one a pick as well.
Yeah, and I love
Good
those
colors.
like, beautiful bokeh balls. Why did that make you laugh?
Just, you're silly.
Hootie here seems to be, like, I think a little bit out of focus, or maybe the shutter speed was, looks like the shutter speed's okay. Anyway, there's a little bit of movement here. It can be tough to get these animals sharp, especially at 300 millimeters with the 75 to 300. That's a good lens, but if you trade up to the Canon 400 millimeter f5.6 prime,
Yeah.
that'll make a big difference.
Okay.
A gear doesn't make that big of a difference, but when it comes to like reach on faraway wildlife, it makes a huge difference, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it really does. But beautiful lighting.
This
Oh,
is
look at this.
great.
We got to change that. What's going on? I think there was some processing on the blue sky, maybe. We can restore some contrast by dropping the black point. Yeah, there you go.
I like this picture a lot. The
Yeah,
composition, I like the pose, and you still got the eyes in there, and they're well lit.
just be careful about how much
I'm gonna
you
give
pull
it
the
a pick.
sky down. Sometimes it looks better just backing that off a little bit.
I don't think it looks unnatural.
Oh, really? It bumped me right away.
No, not so much.
It's because of the way the light shines through the feathers. It doesn't like match up with the blue.
Oh, I like dogs with a happy little face like that. I would expose it more for his face. It's okay to blow out the background a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, very cute.
Let's look at let's go to Chit Chat.
Okay. Then we can talk to Siobhan, see if she has any good
Yeah.
questions. What the hell is chit chat, Chelsea?
Nobody knows. Let's stop trying to explain it. Just get on board. If you can't figure it out, you shouldn't be here.
By the way, before we start chit chat, can I just celebrate myself a little bit for passing my Part 107 drone certification?
Yes, you can celebrate yourself.
I was just waiting for you guys to like bring it up and throw a party or something, but
Oh,
I'm a certified FAA remote pilot in control or command or something. I forget what that stands for, but I'm certified now. Proceed with chit chat.
We did celebrate.
I know we did. I was just joking.
You wanted to celebrate twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
publicly.
Michael O'Houlihan said, of TNC and no chit chat, what if don't let me cash you outside. How about that? That really resonated with you guys.
This is trending.
And Lindsay said, do another episode of C&T live without chit chat and you can cash me outside. How about that? That was a threat. Lindsay, you're very scary and I love it. Tropical Geek said, is it just me or do we get a different Chelsea on Picture This compared to TNC Live? On TNC Live, we get goofy, fuzzy slippers Chelsea. And on Picture This, we kind of get serious, sensible heels pantsuit Chelsea.
Pantsuit. I've never seen you in a pantsuit.
He meant the pantsuit in my soul.
It's that tumbler of wine. It's also the time of day. We often record those podcasts at like 2:00 and we're just in work mode.
It's also just the different format. I sit here looking at pictures and I gotta liven it up a little bit. And in Picture This, I'm so excited about all the research I've been doing and I just have to relay everything I've learned. I hate gear nerd and teacher. That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said about us.
And I feel like he's talking directly to us.
You hurt my feelings. Bob Matson said, you should review more film cameras. Nobody cares about digital anymore.
So true. Digital's out the door.
I do like film cameras, but I don't really think you have the stats to back that up, Bob.
I really want to do period film camera reviews. Like we'll review a camera from the 80s and we'll bust out a mullet and like a pastel sweater tied around my neck.
I'll tease my hair.
Yeah, we'll do it all Miami Vice style.
I do not have the energy for that. Paz says, joven de cara y viejo de pelo. Even in Spanish, the people know that you have a young face and old hair. And then he said, what's even more rare is the radiations of the cameras. I don't know what that means. My Spanish is pretty good, but...
Yeah, I got the first part, but I don't know what the last part means.
I don't know what that means. JP said, hey, Tony and Chelsea, please check the noise or echo of your mics. It has a high-pitched trail when either one of you speaks. It gives me listening fatigue. First of all...
You're fired, Jason.
You're fired, Jason. Secondly, we take that seriously, and we've checked things out, and Justin has all sorts of little, I don't even know what, to kind of check this out. But more importantly, the listening fatigue thing, I thought that was hilarious. So I wanted to show you some other listening fatigue victims.
It has claimed so many people over the years. It's
many lives of Victorian ladies. And that concludes Chit Chat. But I wanted to give you some comment tips because I see so many comments go into the trash and we don't really check it very much. If you put a link in your comment, it's going to go to spam. If you put...
Not us, just automatically.
No, not us.
Yeah.
Automatically, we don't do it. YouTube does this, and people generally don't check their spam. Email addresses or strange punctuation or excessive emojis, it's going in the spam. If you mention a brand, or even if you just use too many words, if you write 1,000-word comment, it goes in spam. And
but if it doesn't, we don't want to read 1,000 words.
I don't want to read it.
Tighten that up a little.
I don't want to read it. And some of you put so much time in, and then I feel like a jerk when I'm like, cool, if I do read it.
Yeah.
But that's just because sometimes I'll go in there every once in a while and I'll find a nice comment, and I think, I wish they'd just known that you can't put a link in your email address and this, that, and the other. So that's how you keep your comments out of our spam, or out of anyone's spam, since that's just what YouTube does.
Let's toss it over to Siobhan. Siobhan, do you have any questions?
I do.
Hilarious comments for us?
No, not hilarious ones.
Hold on, people.
Roxy showed up in the comments for a
Roxy
minute.
came back. Roxy, you got to be like the #1 guest we've ever had. Just like the most beloved guest. Everybody had so many positive comments about it. They're all like, Roxy is the best. I totally agree. You were super fun.
I thought I felt her presence in my heart tonight. So Hi, Roxy.
People don't even know, but she dialed in at like 4 o'clock for the 5 o'clock show. We do that just to make sure everything's working, and then usually we let people go after 5 minutes once everything's ironed out.
We
But
usually talk to people.
yeah, we just hung out for like straight through until like I don't know 6:20 or whenever we ended the show.
Did you know Roxy and I are starting a book club?
Oh, you are? What's the first book that you're reading?
We're working on it.
Okay.
That's the first challenge of book club. Also, the second rule of book club is don't talk about book club.
Oh man, you've broken rules already.
Mm-hmm. I've been known to do that.
Okay, over to you, Siobhan.
Questions. My fiance wants me to get into food photography. Can CMT recommend any good lights or soft boxes? Our apartment doesn't get good direct natural light.
We had a Paul C. Buff softbox that I liked.
Yeah, I'll say that it doesn't, the difference in light isn't going to make that much of a difference from one softbox to the other. It's more about like the size and the shape of the light. So the difference you'll see between a good softbox and a cheap softbox is like usability and durability. And the nice thing about that Policy Buff softbox is it's well built and it folds up easy. But as far as the quality of light that you get, it's pretty much just, it's a big white reflector.
Yeah.
So it's just a diffuser. It's just bouncing the light around a little bit. That's the extent of it. Same thing with the light source. Like people argue over different heads, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. So you could just take your sheet and put it in front of a window and get the same result. My favorite strobe right now are those little like those Godox or the Flashpoint 600.
Oh, the new ones that we just got.
Yeah, they're a little bit pricey, but they're completely wireless and battery powered, and they work with just about any camera.
Wireless. It makes life a little easier. I mean,
you're not
it's
tripping over
less
cords.
expensive to do something else. So if you need cheap lights, just get cheap lights. It's not a huge deal. It does make life easier to go a little more expensive.
Yeah, product photography too. You don't need a powerful light because you can, use a half-second shutter and be okay.
Yeah.
So really, you can go as cheap as you want. But anyway, long story short, pretty much any softbox that works with your light source is going to produce the same results. Any other questions, Siobhan? We'll look at a portfolio in just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got this, Siobhan. You can do this.
Tony, what is your interest in wildlife photography? What do you do with the 10,000th photo of a red-tailed hawk?
That's a good question. And I will say it does get boring at some point when you're shooting that same subject, because in your portfolio, you can have, one picture of a ladybug. You can't have like 100 pictures of a ladybug. So if you're going out and shooting an osprey every day, all you can do is take the best osprey picture of your whole life. What are you laughing about?
I just happened to catch Justin changing cameras to me, and I shrugged, and it made it.
Because your reaction was so empty. I was like, what's going on with Chelsea?
I'm just listening. Go ahead, Tony.
Anyway, it just gets boring because you're always trying to outdo yourself, right? And after, you've been at it 3 months, every day you go out, you're probably not going to outdo yourself anymore.
Well, it gets exponentially more difficult. And so you have to like the process. So I love taking wildlife pictures, but I like just being out in nature. So even if I don't get the portfolio shot or outdo my best shot, that time I had a good experience and I got to view nature and probably learn something. So, and then maybe you're kind of asking what we do with the pictures, and sometimes we sell them as stock, and we usually just make tutorials or frame them.
Yeah, make prints out of them.
You put them in like open gallery shows and things like that.
Yeah, so I do get excited taking pictures of a new species more than the same species I've done before, but always outdoing myself with an older species I really enjoy. But yeah, it's not a practical thing. I can't tell you like this is what they're useful for. You just have to love
Wallpaper.
it. Yeah.
What else, Siobhan?
Oh, more from me. When you process pictures after a shoot, what is your culling process? Do you look for sharpness and focus first, composition, exposure?
I think the first thing, I go through all of my pictures, and I do a couple of passes, and everyone's different, but I usually just try to weed out the pictures I do not want at all. So if they're out of focus or the subject is just out of the frame or something like that, it's different with every type of photography. So wildlife, I can go through and just say, not sharp, not in focus, not in the frame, light's not good, and just give everything a 1 star that I don't want cluttering up my computer. For fashion, it's so much more difficult because you can control the environment. So it's like, oh, well, this one, the hair is slightly better than this one. So it'll be a series of passes of just weeding out the very worst that I definitely do not want to deal with, and then going back through those and kind of differentiating between 3 to 5 stars in Lightroom and being like, well, all right, this one I give 4 stars, and then a few pictures later, no, this one was better. Go back, give that one 3 stars. This one gets 4 stars, and you're just narrowing it down until sometimes they get to the point where one is more editable than the other one, or just has some slight difference, and then I'll bring in a second pair of eyes, or just leave the 4 and 5 stars and come back a couple days later when I have fresh eyes. Does that sound about even to what you do? Sounds similar?
My process for wildlife is I'll start by I let the 1-to-1 1-to-1 previews render in Lightroom, because I hate waiting for Lightroom. It's so slow. So I just have to distract myself for the 2 hours that it might take to render the previews.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through and I'll look at all the thumbnails, because the best pictures will pop as a thumbnail. If there'll be a set of pictures where I might have taken
for wildlife specifically. I was going to say
20 pictures of the same animal.
Yeah.
Just because we're discussing wildlife. I'll then flip through those pictures and find all the ones that are sharp and kind of rate them 1 through 5 or 1 through 4. Usually I save 5 for the very best pictures, 4 being super sharp and perfect, and then, less sharp as it goes. And then I just pick whatever one that sharpest picture is, and I work on that.
Do you ever, so real talk, sometimes I get really excited and I just pick a shot that I think is probably pretty good and work on it because I'm too excited to wait for all my pictures.
Yeah, there have been times when I just skipped the culling process or I was just too lazy. I took 200 pictures. I don't feel like going through all of them. That happens.
Usually go through all of them, but I usually get excited and just have to edit something while I'm waiting because it takes so long.
I know. That's why the waiting for those 1-to-1 previews is just about impossible. It's very much, in theory, I wait for the 1-to-1 previews.
Siobhan, before we go to this portfolio, would you like to give us one more question?
Well, sure.
Well, sure. Why not?
When you first started your interest in photography, how did you challenge yourself to push outside of your comfort zone and grow your skill set?
When I first started photography, I think every single shoot was doing that. And I questioned myself constantly. And Tony's way better at just being confident for no reason. And I'm super jealous of that. And I think it's actually, not to get sexist, but I think it's a man thing, because this is a dominantly male industry. So I've worked with some female photographers and I've worked with a lot of male photographers. And I just feel like I wish I had that man confidence. And it's really hard to get out there and tell yourself, I should be here as much as anyone else, and I can get this picture. And so I kind of learned to just go at it blindly. If somebody else deserves to do something mediocre, I do too. And so that's a part of the learning process. And you start to realize that nobody started great, and you have to get out there and you have to try new things. And so I was always trying. That was just a part of also teaching, was always trying car photography, macro, night photography, wildlife, and every single thing. Not that good when you first start, and you've got to just make yourself keep trying new things and keep shooting in different ways so that you can learn and grow.
I took classes whenever I could. I had classes out in Boston that I took, and even if the topics were something I didn't know much about, I would take it and get involved in that.
You took a night photography class, right?
Yep.
What was the other class that you took?
I took several documentary photography, various lighting classes, a bunch of different classes. Mm-hmm. Also, I used to do DP review challenges on the regular basis. They have photography challenges, and somebody will propose something I don't know, skylines or something very specific, and I would pick a random one and then try to make a picture for it. So that's a good way to just find a new topic and dig into it. You'll probably lose because it's your first time doing it, as you mentioned, but...
Also, we've gone out and shot with groups before, too. So when we did night photography, we found a night photography group, and we went out and met people, and they show you new places and maybe sometimes new gear and new points of view.
If you have Sending Digital Photography, the chapters have projects at the end. Do those projects. That's a good way to get...
Meeting up with other photographers is good, too.
Yeah, you learn a lot from other people.
Just helping each other and showing each other what you know.
We have 4 Squarespace portfolios to choose from. Peter Iris, who we know, Kyle Medina, who we know, and a porv, and we don't know. Which of these catches your eye, Chels?
We should do the ladybug one since we were on it for like 10 minutes and that poor person is probably
That's true.
dying for us to review this portfolio.
Okay, this is Peter Bartlett's portfolio. Starts with a ladybug. He's got a bunch of different categories.
This picture is beautiful. It's incredibly sharp and really interesting. I like it.
I guess we'll just browse through what he has here. I think he starts us out. So he's got 3 categories and he starts us out in macro, which is very specific.
These are great. I like that you just have a very specific thing that you've gotten very good at and you've taken multiple pictures of different things. It's nice. I feel like everyone gets that spider. He must be a good model. That one was beautiful. Have we seen that one before?
Yeah, all these shots really are beautiful. That's gorgeous. Wow.
How do people do those snowflake ones? I see them in the Facebook group, and I don't get it.
You know what? That's one of the things that's always been on my to-do list is one of these snowflake things. And for some reason, I've never done it. So I don't know the answer to your question.
Well, maybe you need to dig deep and go try it, Tony.
I do know. Well,
Is
it
that
has a cool color in it. What could that be? Look, it's got like a little satellite dish, like it's subscribed to DirecTV.
That's very cool.
Those are beautiful pictures. I was going to say right away, like you don't need separate categories, but you had a decent macro portfolio. Those are really compelling pictures.
Nice.
That's
Awesome.
gorgeous.
Ooh. Gorgeous. Oh, he has the names. A palm warbler.
This looks like he set himself up a bird studio. Don't you think that like the compositions are so clean? I wonder if he's...
No, it looks like different types of trees to me.
Yeah, maybe so. If these are just out in the wild, then you're getting super close.
Yeah, I think so.
Blackbird. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love with the snow. These are all fantastic pictures. This one should be brightened up just a little bit. Are those the same bird? No, they're different. Okay, I think we could pare it down to one seagull picture.
Where? What seagulls?
Oh, he's cute. My God. Okay, that's super cute, right? So this category, I think, needs a little bit of paring down. Like this picture, well, that's pretty cute.
These are ugly.
Definitely one picture per species, so that'll let you thin it out a little bit.
But more guinea pigs in hats.
Yeah, most of those pictures are really good. You can do a lot of pairing. One of the challenges you run into if you have multiple categories is if you want to start people on a single category, then they're probably not going to browse through all 3 different categories. They just won't.
Okay, I usually say that flower pictures are boring, but you did something different and you made it consistent. These are great.
Yeah, these really are beautiful, and I wouldn't mind seeing like prints made out of these kind of lined up. They all look really pretty. Yeah, that's gorgeous too. Artistic. Oh, I see. I thought this was just flowers, and then we kind of got into other types of nature.
Well, I want to know about you. You're a flower. I want to see a picture. Well, actually, I guess if you're not for hire, you don't really need your picture up.
No, but you want to know about Peter a little bit, right?
Yeah. I want to see the man behind the beautiful pictures. He's got a blog.
Okay, Peter, we suggested some thinning, and I'm still not quite sure how to handle the different categories. I think I might want you to set up a single page that shows your best 10 to 15 pictures, and then you can have different subcategories that people can drill into if they want to get to know your work a little bit better. So something to think about. Most people won't go beyond your first page. Go into your analytics and you'll find that people only see your macro work and they completely miss the other 2 categories. So just plan on people never clicking a different page, and you want them to see your best work or you're just going to lose them. Here's what Peter had to say about using a Squarespace website. He said, Squarespace is so fast and easy. Great way to put your photography out there and share your best work in the best way. I agree. Squarespace is awesome.
Squarespace is great.
They make everything really easy. They're totally customizable. Thank you for sponsoring us, Squarespace. If you want your own awesome looking portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony, sign up, get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. And then if you decide you like it, maybe you want to use that online store and sell some prints, Use the coupon code portfolio for 10% off. If I'm talking weird today, it's because I made a 2-hour video yesterday and then an 1.5-hour video today, and my voice is like completely slammed.
It doesn't sound it. You sound fine.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I'm surprised. You sound surprisingly
sound
good
fine.
for what we did.
I totally feel it. Like my voice box is just burnt out. So I feel like I must sound weird, but look at this little imp. It looks like he just caused some trouble. That's too cute. What do you think his voice sounds like, Chelsea?
I have
What's he
no
saying?
idea.
Oh man, you're not gonna do the bear voice?
There's no bear voice.
Oh, okay. No bear voice.
This is beautiful. I love the composition, and you get a feeling that there are a lot of horses there, but just one sticks out in particular.
Yeah, I gave it a pick. It's hard to even pinpoint. I'm not sure, but I just really like it. It's
I'm
so
going to give it a
artistic.
pick too. I'm going to just look for make sure there's a white point in here.
Yeah, it's
'Cause it
just a
looks a little
little bit
flat.
dark.
That's a beautiful picture.
Yeah, really nice. This
I'm
looks
going
just like a cat I used
to
to have.
take it black and white because the only color was like the kind of moldiness on the deck, the green.
Yeah. Yeah, black and white works perfect here. Great shot. Really cute shot of the cat.
I like the lines too, that it's at a bit of a tilt. That looks cool.
I think the shot would be more compelling if it was a close-up of one of the birds and we could kind of like feel that splashing a little bit. You're at the widest angle, so maybe that was the best shot, but I think you could have zoomed in closer to 600 and gotten an even more compelling shot. I guess, to me, I can see you have a little bit of fall color going on there, but maybe if the background were a little more compelling, the wider shot would have been a little more justified.
So I've learned that in pictures with white birds, you can make them brighter in the picture without affecting anything else by bringing up the blues. And it's usually because they're reflecting blue light. And just a little trick I have when I'm editing pictures of egrets and swans is that I just kind of bring the blues up a little bit. And as long as there isn't a lot of other blue in the picture, it makes them brighter and keeps everything else at the proper exposure. Makes them pop a little bit.
You just brightened up the luminance on the blues?
Yep, you go into the color here and select blue and then just bring up the luminance right here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And you want to make sure that you're not blowing them out too, and you can just do that by checking the whites and...
She's holding down the Alt key as she does that.
Yeah, I'm just holding down the Alt key. Wow, he looks baffled. Like, why? That's cute.
Yeah,
It looks
cute
like
picture.
he's waiting for
Good
someone to
tight
come
crop.
home.
Nice composition.
This reminds me of Alex the bird. Does it remind you of Alex, Justin?
Yeah, I love Alex.
You be
Is it the
good.
bird from the pet store in Mystic?
No, that's
No.
Peaches.
Oh, well, who's Alex?
So many birds.
Alex is a very famous parrot, and they taught him to speak, but also he could recognize colors and do puzzles and stuff. And the last words he said before he died were, "You be good." Justin liked
Oh my
and I
God,
like
that's
to
so
talk about him.
sad.
He's so smart.
So you have a parrot voice, but not a bear voice. I just
Well,
don't believe it.
I can't you can't tell me to think of the voice. It just happens. Oh, dang.
I'm going to import some more pictures so we get more people's pictures in there.
Dang, dang.
I'm just looking at the thumbnails that catch my eye, and this sort of action definitely
Very
catches
dramatic.
my eye. That guy's a jerk. And then look how cute this picture is. Oh, it's Maya's picture. I was just looking at the thumbnail. I didn't know. That's super cute.
Maya
You get a pick.
won a bunch of awards for her photography.
Yeah, she's a great
Congratulations,
photographer.
Maya.
Look at that. Just everything's technically perfect about it too, but it also has this like fantastic mood. Okay, I'm going to import some more pictures.
We
Wow.
can't make it to your awards ceremony, Maya. But you will have something for you tomorrow because I know the ceremony is on Saturday.
Yeah,
So there
congratulations. I wish we
will
could get down there.
Be something in the mail for you tomorrow that I sent you. So I wanted to send it to you early because I knew you probably wouldn't be home when you're out there getting your awards.
I have no idea where this was taken.
Well,
Super cute. Just watch the cropping on the foot there, but you found a great expression. I was interested in what he's got. I guess he's just tagged a little bit, but
He's showing it off too. He's like, check out my tag.
it's super cute. I gave it a pic. You could definitely just
I like this crop. Tony Northrup wouldn't have thought of it, but I like it. Look at this dog.
trying to get through
Where
as
you
many
going?
pictures as possible and running out of time.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, that has just a fantastic mood. Look at shot on film.
You
and it
guys,
kind of
I've been
feels
trying to
that way
convince
too.
Tony to get a
Get
puppy
a
for
good
like
pic.
months now, and he won't. So will you guys do something like email him? His email's tony@northrup.org. I'm really upset about it.
Look at Siobhan. Siobhan's email is tony@northrup.org, so she's going to get a lot of messages with people. Just send Siobhan some puppy pictures because she likes dogs, and she's ain't going to complain if you send her dog pictures. Now Siobhan's job will just be looking at dog pictures. For some reason, when I hit pick, it's moving on to the next photo.
Yeah, that happened last time. Look at this one. Nice contrast.
Yeah.
We're just doing rapid fire now 'cause our show is wrapping up. Siobhan, if there are any good comments.
Yeah, jump right in there with good stuff. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
gosh. They have good haircuts. They have better haircuts than me. This is a Labradoodle like Sandy.
Clearly, super cute.
Just like the puppy I want. Tony, your favorite animal?
Yeah, the red panda, the cutest animal in the world, scientifically proven.
Oh, that must be the same kind of science as that other science you're talking about.
Look at that chill red fox.
Where?
Look how chill he is.
Tony, I'm kind of out of the loop on here, but I've seen like multiple Twitters tonight asking about how's it going with the Affinity photo review. Well, what's up with that?
Affinity photo, what is that?
Oh, you don't know? I thought someone contacted you and it was all this like setup thing, but apparently it was a popular Mac program and now it's available for Windows. I just kind of Googled it real quick.
Oh, yeah, what happened with that?
I didn't mean to
I
put
did
you on the
look at-
spot. I just thought.
No, I remember looking at it now. I can't remember what happened with it. I might have notes on it. We've been really backlogged on videos. We have a bunch of gear in now that we have to get through quickly, like the M5 and the 6500, but I promise I'll get to it. I'm sorry.
Look how
my
great
God.
this picture is. I'm going to give
I
you
love that.
5 stars.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
When you give 5 stars, it moves on.
Yeah, it's doing that now. That is a fantastic expression. So human.
Pick.
It's super close up too. Wow.
So human.
Oh my God, that is
God.
perfect. What is that? Yeah, you get a
Oh.
pick for that.
I gave it a pick and then it went away to this other cute animal. This show has been great in that way. Just
Yeah.
look at this fancy
Oh,
meatloaf.
yeah, you know you get 5 stars in a pick for
I love
any
it.
pit bull.
People.
I like him on the like moody human style portrait, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty cute.
Like that's his actor headshot. Look at this dog. Oh,
So serious.
a lot of dogs. Oh man.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, that's nice. This one's drowning. That's sad.
Yeah, great shot.
He dead.
Oh wow.
Nice. Interesting behavior. I'm gonna give that a pick.
Yeah, exactly. It's that. Wow. Same thing with that. Is
That's
that
cool.
old school Roadrunner? I don't know why it's old school. I guess
What's old school about it?
they're so out of fashion.
A
now.
derp dog. Siobhan, do you have any questions, comments, complaints,
Sure.
cool ideas?
Oh, look,
Kyle
there's
Wolf
Sam.
wanted to know about that weird YouTube paid comments pinned to your post thing.
Oh, is that on? Is that a
Oh.
thing?
Yeah, you can pay to get your comments like seen more.
But it's not for all YouTube channels. I don't know if we have it or not. Is that a thing? Is it working, Siobhan? I don't know. I didn't feel, as soon as I learned about that, I didn't feel good about it because like right away, just the rich people will suddenly have a louder voice on YouTube than everybody else. That seems totally
So now
unfair.
it's like life.
Yeah, well, exactly, right? That's one nice thing. I mean, YouTube is filled with complete jerks who are rude just 24/7, but at least like everybody gets their own equal voice.
Yeah, you can be a poor jerk or a rich jerk. Everyone has to listen to you.
Yeah, so I don't think I want to do that. I think we'll just let you guys fight it out.
I was going to make you guys pay to give me compliments because I'm the evil one in this duo. That was the. I'm just kidding.
I wish it were easier. You can't just say, hey, we'll give all this money to charity. It's like this kind of complex thing. You have to get the charity to agree.
Look at this picture.
That is fantastic. Anyway, I was saying I would love to say you can pay for a comment and the money will go to some charity, but it's actually not that easy.
Well, why
What
not?
about that old dog with the gray face, $3.99? You can look at your fish picture first. Oh, look at him. I love Dexter.
Oh, dog.
I love old dogs like that.
Look at this little piece of fried chicken.
Oh,
Doesn't he look like that?
yeah. I like when you like set up a little set
Oh, no.
for your dogs.
I just hope that they didn't do that.
Ostriches are the worst animals, aren't they?
Not the worst, but they're up there.
I hate ostriches, man.
This dog
Willie.
is special. He is like a storybook dog. It's Willie.
I had a dog named Willie Nelson. No joke. That's what you get when you grow up in Texas. I chose the name too. Like 5-year-old Tony chose Willie Nelson as his dog's name.
You're Texan through and through.
Yeah.
Siobhan, do you have any other questions or comments before we wrap it
I
up?
do. Someone was asking about your thoughts on astrophotography. They figured since Tony is so into the technical aspects of photography in space, he would have tried it.
You know what's intimidating about it is like NASA. NASA's out there. They got satellites up in space that are producing images that are like exactly what I would do. Like I can't choose a different composition or
Exactly
anything.
what you would want to do?
Except, yeah, they're just like way better. I can't like find my own take on Jupiter. You know what I mean? So that's what's always intimidated me. I am attracted to all the technical aspects of it, but that's why I've never got into it because I just feel like, well, what's the use? I just have this hopelessness. I'm never going to produce like an image that could even be as good or unique in any way as what NASA's doing. So I applaud NASA. I'm always following their work.
Look at this beautiful orangutan portrait.
Yeah, that's really thoughtful. I love his pose.
He's really...
They have really human faces.
He. Anything else, Siobhan?
That's a gorgeous composition. That's beautiful.
Just my dog banging on his food bowl
I
in the
see Eric's
background
butt.
to eat. Yeah,
And Hunger's
Eric's
butt.
butt's on the live show.
This reminds me of that show we did with Don Bauer.
Poor guy.
Going way back.
It's so weird. He showed us his butt and then he never talked to us again. What kind of manners is that? If you show a lady your butt,
sometimes.
you have to at least write her once a month. It's just manners.
This has been asked before, but can you answer where you got that poster behind you, Tony? Or behind Chelsea, I guess? Which one? I guess they're
Etsy.
both in the same
Those
place.
classic camera.
Oh, is it Etsy?
Oh, it's Etsy.
Yeah. 602. I guess that's it. I guess we did it.
I can't talk much more anyway.
We
Thanks
had
for-
so many viewers and so many
Yeah,
submissions.
it's been
today.
like record breaking tonight.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for sending in all your pictures. We enjoyed it. I love looking at people's wildlife pictures. We're here every Thursday at 5 o'clock. Next week, we're looking at your sports pictures. So tune in for that.
Sports.
And we'll have other videos that we do in the meantime. So tired.
Well, we got to thank Squarespace for making this possible.
Thank you, Squarespace.
Even if you don't want to buy Squarespace, you should just try it for 14 days for free.
Set up an awesome portfolio. It'll force you to cull through your collection and pick out your 14, 15 best pictures. It'll make them look awesome.
Or maybe you could make your business look cool. Guys, I've been looking at your business websites. They need work. The coupon code's portfolio for 10% off if you want to do that. If you want to be cool like Roxy Rodriguez, who also has a Squarespace, just putting that out there. That's one way to get a little closer to being Roxy. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for submitting your pictures. Justin, thanks for making me feel funny. And
Anytime.
Siobhan, thanks for reading comments, even though sometimes they make you feel bad.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Goodbye. Where's Tigar? There he is.
That is all.
Holy cow.
Tony.